Today I'm going to be making a knife like this. We'll get into history and what they're actually called later on. I'm making one for two reasons. Firstly, I can't really find the size I actually want. Nobody seems to make them. And secondly, with my home barbecue hairdryer forge, I think it's going to be easy. And I'm going to be able to heat treat it. I think. I hope. This is the kind of size I actually want. And this is a piece of 1070 that I've marked up. 1070 apparently is quite easy to heat treat. Let's go and find out. Basic shape cut out with an angle grinder. Now it's on to my new bench grinder. So about an hour and a half's work, and I've now got this shape. So all we need to do now is fire up the barbecue. The barbecue's alight, the hairdryer's going, the scene is set. Let's do some blacksmithing. Right, I'm hot, I'm tired, I smell of smoke, I've run out of charcoal, I've run out of patience, energy and strength. Got this far today, it's very nearly there. I've just got the feeling if I carry on with it, I'm going to really mess this up. So anyway, that's it for today. Right, the forge is going, the handle is very nearly completed. Let's see if we can finish it right off. Oops. Right, I think that's very nearly there. I would use my trusty cardboard template, but unfortunately this has been clearing up and I can't find it, and I'm very wary of putting my hand on that because it's hot. Right, I'm happy with that handle shape. That's very nice indeed, I think. And I think we can actually try a proper heat treat. So that's my baking tray full of vegetable oil. Warm that up a little bit, plunge orange red metal into it, and that's a heat treat. Let's see what we can do. The difficulty with this bit is not overheating it and not actually burning the steel. I've got a magnet, which hopefully should say when the steel is actually hot enough it'll demagnetise. Fingers crossed. Right, that looks about the right colour, so here we go. I thought it would dramatically explode into flame or something. I'm quite glad it didn't though. So I leave it in there for a couple of minutes till it's cool. File for the file test, fingers crossed. Okay, that's taken a little bit off there, so we might need to try that again. Right, we are seconds away from it being about the right colour. Let's have a go, see if this one will be successful. Fingers crossed. There we go. Yes, I was expecting that sort of flame, that's a good sign. It's actually hot enough. Right. Quick file test. That slides, that skates, I've done it. Fantastic. I'm so chuffed with that. Right, if I dropped it now, it would shatter. So, we need to go. Put the knife into the oven. I can't remember what this cycle is called. Oh, cool. In it goes. The supplier of this steel reckons that needs 2 hours at 190 degrees. It's time 2:30, 4:30. Let's have a look. It should go as called a straw colour. I'm so chuffed with that. I really am pleased with that. There are other videos I've found on YouTube of people doing the same thing as me, so I can't claim it's original. I'll claim it's clever though. Right, I've checked a couple of times. I think this is called tempering. I've actually completely forgotten. I've checked a couple of times and it's just about the right colour. Though it may not be immediately apparent, there is definitely a sort of straw colour coming through, which is what we definitely want. What we don't necessarily want is that kind of burnt on fat. If you're going to do something like this, here's a really good bit of advice: clean the blade before you put it in the oven, otherwise it stinks. This is it. This is the finished item. Handle's a little bit big. It would have been better, I think, if I'd rounded this off. It would have made it easier to forge, easier to shape. But you can hold it like that as well. And like I think I said earlier, I wanted one of these because no one made one in the size that I actually want it. It's approximately 7-inch blade and it's about 12 inches overall. It's not very heavy. It's not that comfortable to use. The handle is, like I said, it's a bit big, but it's not too bad at all. I've sort of finished it a little bit. I've taken some of these edges off and I think it's got a quite pleasing antique ancient look to it, which brings us of course to the question of what actually is it. Some websites sell these as medieval knives without any referencing anywhere. It's based on an example found, but there's no references as to where it was found or what it actually was. Sometimes it's a Viking utility knife. Not really. Sometimes it's a Viking lady's knife. There's only one pattern like this I'm aware of that has been found in Denmark, in the Viking place of course, and that was pre-Roman. Sometimes they're a Viking blacksmith's knife. That's fairly accurate because from what I've read, particularly on iForge Iron, there was a Dutch blacksmith in the 1970s who was making these and knocking them out at reenactor shows and events as sort of Viking style knives, and that's possibly where they've been popularised from. They're also more often, from what I can see, particularly in America, known as a blacksmith knife because blacksmiths make them, which is fair, I suppose it's a fairly accurate term. Whether it's got any historical relevance, I don't really care. I like this. Quick test. Okay, I can't do bottle cutting, so I haven't got any bottles.